Two cars, one 5-seater and one a 6-seater. We are bringing to you in this comparison video a 2024 Toyota RAV4 versus a 2024 Toyota Highlander. Now, we're not focusing on any trims, but the car themselves if you're looking for a 5-seater or again a 6-seater. But before we do, tap that like button, subscribe to our channel. Here's our email us if you got something for us to film and we can talk the details later. A special shout out and a thanks to Folsom Lake Toyota in Folsom, California for providing us these beautiful cars for this comparison video. Keep watching, stay tuned, because you're also going to want to know the price tags on top if you're shopping around and you're in the market for these, okay? So we're going to be talking price tags and we're dropping those MSRP stickers. So now let's go ahead and talk Toyota, RAV4, and Highlander. So let's dive in real quick and talk powertrains. Now you're looking at the 2024 Toyota RAV4. Now you have different options in the powertrains. This is one of those few options. This is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine, but you also have a hybrid option. You also have a plug-in hybrid option. So if you see the RAV4 Prime, it's a plug-in hybrid. And if you don't see the Prime, you can also have just a regular hybrid option, okay? So options. Comes with 203 horsepower, 184 pounds-feet of torque paired together with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, if we shoot over to the Toyota Highlander, this is actually a slight bit different. 2.4 cylinder turbocharged engine, also paired together with an 8-speed automatic transmission, but it has a little bit more pep to the step with 265 horsepower and 310 pounds-feet of torque. Now, this is turbo. Let me know what you guys think. You also have a hybrid option in the Highlander as well, okay? But let's go ahead and talk some MPG. Looking at the Highlander right now in the video, the MPG is 21 city, 28 highway, and a 24 combined. The dimensions on the car itself, 197 inches in length, 78 inches in width, and 68 inches in height with a 112-inch wheelbase, 8-inch ground clearance, and up to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity when properly equipped. But guys, coming over to the RAV4, here is your MPG, 25 city, 33 highway, and a 28 combined with 182-inch length, 73 inches in width, 69 inches in height with 106-inch wheelbase, 8.6-inch ground clearance with up to 2,100 pounds of towing capacity. So yes, you're getting a bit more MPG here, smaller car, but the ground clearance is a little bit higher, about 0.6 inches, give and take. And then, of course, you're getting the 5-seater over the 6. Now, yes, this is a heavier car on the Highlander being a 6-seater. The 2.4 cylinder engine does get a little bit less MPG, but again, you have the more towing capacity, 5,000 pounds versus 2,100 pounds. So this is something that maybe could tow a jet ski or a small little landscape trailer behind you. This maybe just a jet ski, nothing really too heavy, okay? But let's go ahead and bring these front ends to you guys. We're not focusing on the trims as mentioned, okay? So here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu, we're gonna start with the front ends. Now, the RAV4, you're gonna see some similarities to the front end starting from the top. That's what I kind of wanna show you guys, that here you're gonna get some similarity over to the Toyota Highlander. But again, the headlights look completely different. The fog lights, the grills, the lower grill as well, okay? So a little bit more boxy shape here on the RAV4. If we shoot over to the Highlander, a little bit more curve, a little bit more classy. But remember, I told you guys up top here, you're going to have a little bit of similarity with regards to the bumper covers. Headlights are completely different. These kind of actually pop out at you a little bit more with that kind of 3D feel. Dropping down, fog lights, still same areas, over kind of to the side on the bumpers, but they look different. The grill's completely different, a little bit bigger grill, and the lower grills as well. Again, a little bit more classy with the curvature. Now, shoot it over to the side, you still get the matte black plastic coming over from the front. Over to the wheel well trims, same idea. Dropping down, you're going to have different rims on different Highlander and RAV4s, multiple options. If you get like the lowest base package, the LE, you're going to have just regular black steel rims with hubcaps, okay? Maybe you've seen those driving on the road, but this being a limited, it's the higher trim. Now, suspension systems on both are standard suspensions with the shock spring strut suspensions. The tires on each one On the RAV4 is going to be a Toyo Open Country, and on this one is a 235 5519. Here they're running the Goodyear Eagle Tourings, which I do like the Goodyears, and the tire size is 235 5520. Moving forward, side mirrors, similar to the side mirrors, again with the integrated blinker lighting. They actually use that same kind of tech on the blinker lighting with the matte black plastic bottoms and the paint of the car on top. Up top, roof rails. Okay, because both of them are kind of utility cars. You also are able to have them in the all-wheel drive. So Highlander standard in the all-wheel drive, the RAV4 optioned if you want the two-wheel or the all-wheel drive. My best advice to anybody was get the all-wheel drive, because if you want to head up to the mountain, a little bit of camping trip going on with the family, the kids, the friends, you always have the option to go in off-road. This is where you're going to see a lot of the difference in length, okay? So quarter panels, again, a little bit more curvature on the Highlander, the RAV4, a little bit more boxier shape, a little bit more rigid or rugged look. Top, you get some bezels going on with the black gloss going through that quarter panel, but to where here's a little bit more simple, cleaner look. Here over the rear end on the Highlander, again, taillights are completely different, a little bit more sleek design on the Highlander. Yes, it is platinum all-wheel drive. Don't focus on the trim. Highlander here on the left. And again, you got some chrome going on, along with that matte gray look, finishing off with that 5,000-pound towing capacity hitch there. Now, shooting over to the RAV4. Again, a little bit more rugged, rigid look. Spoiler up top, the black gloss trim, taillights, very bulking. Again, kind of more rugged off-road look. RAV4 in the limited all-wheel drive, dropping down with matte black plastic and that glossy gray down here with those exhaust tips. Now, let's go ahead and pop open. Well, I got to go unlock the car. There we go. Now talking about the cargo area, you were looking at the RAV4, obviously because the mat says RAV4, but 37 cubic feet of space with the second row seat up, 70 cubic feet of cargo space with the second row seat down. Shooting over to the Highlander, you get about 21 cubic feet of space with that third row seat up, and then maximum of 97 cubic feet of space with the third and the second row seat down. So yes, you're getting a whole lot more cargo area if you are dropping that second row in the Highlander, and that is obvious, being a 6-seater over the 5, being a 3-row over the 2, okay? Now, some things I'd like to mention since you're looking at the Highlander, the spare tire is not inside the cabin of the car, it's actually under the car as well. Wanted to show you guys that this is what the third row seat looks like. You can actually drop them from the lever here, and you could actually drop that angle, but it minimizes that cargo area, and then you could actually drop it again, okay? Just wanted to show you guys that, and then you could also drop the second row seats. You don't have a panel here in the back for that, but you're gonna have to do that from the rear doors. Coming over to the RAV4 now, let's go ahead and show you guys. There are no latches or levers to drop that second row, so you're gonna be dropping that 60%er on the right as well as the 40%er on the left, and that's what the full 70 cubic feet of space. And have to mention that it is flat, so it's just kind of very nice and uniform and consistent. And the spare tire differently is inside the car, and that is more preferred if you ask me, because you don't have that salt, the rocks, the dust, and the spare tire doesn't get all dirty and worn out, to where on the inside of the car it stays more fresh. Now guys, that we're done talking about the specs, the exteriors and cargo, now let's go ahead and show you guys the differences on the interior. All right, everybody, now sitting in the 2024 Toyota RAV4, and here is the interior to the RAV4. Now we're gonna be showing you guys the Highlander, but first the RAV4 from the door panel real quick. Get you guys a quick look from the handles to the memory seating, if you have the options for the bells and whistles with the memory seating, the control panel for the windows and side mirrors, more control panel here for the cameras, rain sensing, things of that sort, with a little bit of pocket room up here. Full digital cluster for that driver. That is super cool. I like that. Now, remember guys, you might see different things like part manual or full digital because of the trim, but we're not focused on the trim, all right? So overall, the standard look is your controls for your windshield wipers on the right, controls for the lighting system on the left, steering wheel with the kind of tri-spoke steering, the pop-up or the kind of vertical screen look with that JBL premium sound system. And yes, you have to subscribe here for the navigation. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit more. This is what your music or your screens are going to look like, cars, and then settings and so forth. Control units to your dual climate controls. Remember, you might not get the dual in different trims. Heated and ventilated seats if you have the option. Wireless charging pad, but wanted to show you guys that area with the USB-A plug-in. Shift lever, it's more to the right of that center console. Your drive modes and your lever or your little knob for rock, mud, sand. You got quite a bit of drive modes from equal, normal, sport, snow, hill decline assist, rock, and mud, sand. Nice big cup holders. Have to give it to Toyota for their big cup holders. Wanted to show you guys what the key looks like. On the RAV4, this is what it kind of looks like. You guys can see that in the video. Pretty similar to the old ones. And then we're going to lift this up with a removable tray and USB-C plugins as well if you get the bells and whistles, okay? Seating system, perforated. Again, this is on the trim, but I'm just showing you what you can get here in the limited, but what you might see kind of as a standard idea in the RAV4. Lockable glove compartment with more space in front of that passenger seat. Up top, visor with a tilt slide moonroof, and then in front of that, frameless rear view mirror with garage door opener options. Now that's the front. Let's go ahead and show you guys the second row seating and finish off with that, then jump into the Highlander. Now this is where you're going to see a huge difference, yes, because it's the 5-seater compared to the 7-seater. I kept saying 6-seater, but I'm correcting myself. 7-seater in the Highlander, 5-seater in the RAV4. We just kind of left it we left the seat down so you guys get an idea of what it looks like from the rear doors over to the cargo. Okay, let's go ahead and lift that up. Armrest with the cup holders, nice and big. Shout out to Toyota for the big rear cup holders. A lot of manufacturers simplify them. In front, we got just one pocket on the passenger seat, and then we have 2 USB-C plugins here along with your air vents, okay? So no tri-zone climate control. But this is pretty much the second row seat. Let's go ahead and jump and show you guys the third row seat. But before we do that, the space test here, okay? Space test is completely clear. You see how comfortable I'm sitting. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. The leg clearance is there. Didn't even move the seat. So I had enough room in the front and here in the back with head clearance up top as well. This car is coming in at around $43,000. That 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. You guys, I gave you guys the specs, showed you guys the inside. We're gonna shoot over to the Highlander coming in at around $55,000. So you're looking at a $12,000 increase for the 7-seat SUV here at Toyota. Let's go ahead and show you guys that. So now sitting in the Highlander, everybody, and I have to mention you are going to be seeing some similarities with regards to the design of the standard look on the Highlander compared to the RAV4. Coming over to the door panel itself, yes, they handle with the memory seating as mentioned, the control units. The door panel does look different, a little bit different design. Shooting over to the left, instead of a just one level control unit, you have the dual level for your buttons there. Okay, you don't get that extra little pocket here on the left. And then the full digital screen, same exact interface with regards to the cluster screen look. All right, and then yes, knobs, same with the controls on the right for the windshields, controls on the left for the lighting system and the tri-spoke steering. A little bit different here on that bottom spoke on that steering wheel, okay? Here, some difference that we're gonna see is the screen setup. Yes, it's still vertical, but again, the different look on it looks a little bit more classier, kind of more expensive here. Yes, you're getting more for your money at $12K, that extra 2 seats, right? And then just some more black gloss inlays, natural wood gloss inlay, just a whole lot better looking inside this car, okay? Now, heated and ventilated seats, dual zone climate control here in the front. Dropping down, the wireless charging pad is going to be tucked into this pocket here instead of down there. The USB-Cs and USB-A are now next to each other here on the Highlander with some more cubby room. Cup holders are different placements. Instead of here, they're here with the shift lever on the left-hand side. Controls for your drive modes. You don't have as many drive modes. Actually, let me see. Yeah, actually drive modes are pretty much similar as well here on the Highlander. And then to open up that center console, with the removable tray, you get a whole lot more room inside this Highlander. The seating does look a little bit different. The seating does look bigger in the RAV4 with regards to the wideness. Okay, and then in front, still lockable glove compartment with a little pocket, which is slightly similar to the RAV4 for your personal belongings. Up top, you're getting that full sunroof glass that goes over to the second row seating. Yes, you don't get it in the RAV4, but you do get it here on the Highlander. That is super cool that you can control that electric visor and the tilt slide moonroof from the control unit here. Rear view mirror, it is frameless along with the garage door openers and so forth. Now this is the front. Let's go ahead and show you the second and the difference to the third row seating. So where is the main difference here for that 7-row seating? You got the captain chairs here in the back, and yes, you can control them, fold them over, remove them, things of that sort. I'm not gonna be showing you guys that. I just wanna kind of get you an overall look of what it looks like in the Highlander. Here on the center console, you get that third zone climate control with the heated seats for those second row captains. Also USB-C plugins with an 100-watt inverter. Very cool. Again, you will not see these in different trims, all right? 2 pockets on the back side of both front seats to where the RAV4 only gets 1 pocket. And then big old cup holders here in the aisle of, or in between the captain row seating. Up top, that glass comes back here, like I mentioned, with your air vents up top, right over your lap area, and then your reading light, okay? Now let's go ahead and drop this seat. Bunny hops forward, and we're going over to the third row, and this is where the addition of those extra passengers are. Now, we're gonna have to move this seat just a little bit up because I know it's gonna be slightly tight back here. Just like that. And this is where you're not putting your tallest people in this car. Let's go ahead and drop this angle so you can feel a bit more comfortable. It's not too shabby back here. My head is slightly touching the top liner. Remember, I'm 6 feet 2 inches, right? You do get 3 passengers, but this is the most upright position of this backrest. This is the far laid back position. You do have cup holders on the right and left. No tech back here. You do have air vents for people back here so they're not feeling as claustrophobic, or your animals. Some people ask me that. Wanting to mention that as well, guys. This is what $12,000 extra gets you. Is it worth it, or are you in the market for something a bit bigger than the RAV4? Thank you so much for watching our comparison video. As promised, here is first the MSRP sticker to the RAV4, so you guys get an idea if you want to see what the limited RAV4 comes with, bells and whistles, price tags, packages, and whatnot. And now here's the MSRP sticker to the Platinum Toyota Highlander. This is what it comes with, so you guys get an idea. Thank you so much for watching our channel here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep watching and stay tuned. We have more cool things coming. God bless you.